It's Monday, and that means another episode of the Knife Grab Bag series coming right up. Hello everybody, and thanks for coming back for another video. I'm glad you're with me. Joining me out here in the shop today for another episode of the Knife Grab Bag series. So I got busy this morning bright and early, and I finished up these 9 knives that I picked last week and just got them done. So I thought I'd show them to you, and then we're going to grab some more to work on. And we'll start off with this knife right here, and I didn't do anything to it. If you look closely in the picture, I didn't notice when I grabbed it and showed it the first time. This spring's broken on it. It's a Victorinox, advertising Victorinox with Lockheed. Advertising Lockheed. And the spring for all the tools except the main blade are fine, but the main blade spring is broken. And it is kind of usable. It's like a friction folder on the main blade. You know, it doesn't flop around or anything, so you could use it, but I didn't do anything with it. I'm just going to use it as a parts knife. Next up, we have this one right here, and this is this Japanese Swiss Army style knife with all the tools on it and everything. And I just gave it a good clean up. This scale here is cracked, and it's still cracked, but it seems to be securely on there. It's not going to fall off. And I just cleaned all the blades up and gave it a good oiling. The quality and the manufacturing of this knife is a hair better than what you'd see on one of these. You're probably all familiar with these hobo knives made in Japan. And if you look on the scissors right there, the nail nick for the scissors is very similar to the nail nick here for the scissors. Yeah, it's not the best of quality, but it is a good usable knife. And I just gave it a good cleaning, got the rust off of it. And then next up, we have this knife here. And this knife appears to have suffered some severe road rash or something. It was very gouged up. And so somebody commented to use like a textured paint. And so that's kind of what I did. I did fill the grooves in with some glue first. And then I sanded it flat. And then I kind of used a textured paint with some clear on it, just to hide all the road rash. If you look, I couldn't even get the pocket clip off. If you look right here, even the bolt for the pocket clip is all ground down compared to the other one there, you can see. So yeah, it suffered some major damage at some point, but it does lock up. It had a little bit of play. I tightened that up so there's no play in it. The blade's nice and sharp now. The liner lock works perfectly on it, and so it's a good usable knife. It's a $10 knife in really good shape, so I wasn't going to spend a whole lot of time on it. But there's the little Gerber, looking a little bit better. Next up is this one here. This is a made in China, another multi-tool knife, and this thing's got everything but the kitchen sink on it. It had a whole bunch of nasty gummy stuff I had to clean off of it, and I just went through and gave it a good cleaning and oiled up all the blades. And I'm going to throw this in my truck. It's got pliers, it's got all kinds of tools on it, so it could be handy. The Phillips screwdriver is a little small. It looks like a number 1 Phillips. I wish it would have had a number 2 Phillips on it. Yeah, there's a lot of really neat tools on this, so I'm just going to throw it in my glove box in case I need it one day. And then next up, we have this knife. And this is an 86 to 08 Victorinox Recruit. And I just cleaned it up a little bit. I'm not sure when, between 86 and 08, they started putting the lanyard rings on them. But this one predates when they put the lanyard ring and the toothpick and tweezers in the scales. This predates that, so I'm not sure what year they started doing that. But this is a very common knife. I think it's considered part of their Econo line series knives, Victorinox. But it's a very functional knife and gave it a good cleaning. And you can still buy these knives new, the Recruit, for about 25 bucks. And then, like I said, the new ones come with a little ring and the toothpick and tweezers, unlike this one. So there's our Victorinox cleaned up. And then next up we have this one. And this is our little, probably made by Colonial, it's just stamped USA, little novelty knife. And the snap on the case was really rusty, so I sanded the rust off and then I put some chrome paint on it to make that look a little bit better. And then I left a lot of the patina on the blade. I just polished it up a little bit and got it looking a little bit better. And then the case was really dirty, so I cleaned that up. So there's that little knife. And then next up is this one. And it doesn't look a whole lot different. I just cleaned it up, put a little ring on it with a lanyard and a little bead. And it's just a single blader with a cap lifter built in. And it's just stamped Lark stainless steel. And it's nice and sharp. I don't know how long it'll hold an edge, but it's nice and sharp now. Imitation mother of pearl handles. So there's that one. And then, oh boy, this next knife here. This one was a basket case. It was in really bad shape. I took it apart, and here's a picture of what it looked like after I took it apart. Yeah, so it was really bad. Here's the scales off of it. Aluminum, all corroded. This one was in a very harsh environment to cause that level of corrosion, and it was even on the blades. And here's how it turned out. So what I did, I just made some new aluminum handle scales and repinned it and put it back together. Cleaned the blades up as best I could. This is a 1952 to 1986 Victorinox, and it is stainless blades, but yeah, they were really in bad shape. But the nail file, nail pick, I got it cleaned up as best I could. Like I said, made some new aluminum scales for it. Very slim. Very pocket-friendly knife right here, that's for sure. It's very slim. And so that's how that one turned out. Vast improvement. And then last up, before we grab another handful, is this knife right here. And this is our old 1936 to 1952 Imperial. And here she is now. All cleaned up. Ready to go. And this one, instead of an awl, it has another blade on it, a pen blade. And the handle scales are a little bit shrunk up, but not too terribly bad. I've definitely seen a lot worse than that, you know. So I went ahead and left it original. Just gave it a good cleanup. Yeah, considering this is the newest this knife could be is 73 years old, I think it cleaned up pretty nice. Okay, let me move a few things out of the way. Okay, and here's our grab bag. Let's see what we get today. There's a big old handful there. Got quite a few today. Interesting selection. Here's another, the Ideal Company camp knife. I've already done a couple few of those. Here we have a razor knife, box cutter, whatever you want to call it. Ace Hardware, very dirty. It has this style blade changer, like that. Pretty rusty. Pocket clip's missing a bolt. It does lock up. Yeah, so we'll get that one fixed up. All right, and then we have another made in the Republic of Ireland camp knife. It has some rust on it. Yeah, it's one of those Talicas. Overall, not too bad a shape. We'll get that one cleaned up. Then we have, how many did I grab? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 again, folks. I kid you not. I grabbed 9 again. I don't know how that works out. How in the world does that work out? How in the world do I always grab 9? There for a while, all I was grabbing was 7. Now I'm just grabbing 9. Okay, we've got this knife right here. Blue handles on it. Plastic's a little chewed up here. Let's see what the blade looks like. Not too bad. This is the Ideal Company, USA, with the chisel ground blade. Got a little bit of rust on it here and there. It's carbon steel, but not in too bad a shape, really. So we've got that one to clean up. And let's see what else. We have this one here. I have a knife like this I've had for years. It's not serrated like this one. This is a stainless Tomahawk brand made in China. Lock back. Little slight amount of play in it. Stainless steel handle scales. This one's easy, just needs a little bit of cleaning. Not bad at all on that one. That one there needs a lot of work. I'll show that one last. Here's a little NRA, very dirty blade. Little small lock back. Looks like rosewood handles. They're kind of cracked here and there. Got a little thong hole in it right there. So that one's a good candidate for a cleanup. Then we've got this interesting thing here. It looks like nickel. I'm not sure if it's nickel plated or if it's actually made out of nickel silver. But it looks like it holds a razor blade in it right here. I'll have to hunt around and see if I have a razor blade that'll fit it. And it looks like a cigar cutter. So you put the razor in there and they could snip the end of your cigar off, I guess. I assume that's what this is. If you've ever seen one of these, let me know down in the comments. Not really quite sure. I don't see any maker's mark on it anywhere. Maybe something will show up when I start cleaning it up. Looks like maybe it had a little bail on it at one time, so you can put it on your keychain. But that one should clean up pretty nice. Okay, and then we have a TL29 style electrician's knife here with wooden handle scales on this one. Let's see who made this. This is a Cutmaster, and the blade is really worn down. Looks like the tip broke off. It has been well used, that's for sure. And this blade here, the screwdriver wire stripper blade, somebody was doing some kind of funky grinding on it there. It looks fairly deep too, unfortunately. It locks up really nice. The liner lock works really well on it. So we'll see what we can do with this one, getting it cleaned up. And then this one here is in very poor shape, very rusty. It's an easy open, and it's just stamped USA, it looks like. Steel bolsters, kind of gouged up right there pretty bad. No action in it. Hasn't seen oil in a long time. Looks like genuine bone handle scales. The smaller blade's very rusty too, you can see. Oh, yeah, it barely wants to even close. It's so rusty. The bone has a crack right here. See if I can get that to show up. Right there, there's a little crack in it. But other than that, I don't see any other cracks or any damage to the scales, to the bone scales. So we'll see what we can't do with this knife. So that's today's hand pick, folks. 9 knives again. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works out that way. It's crazy. So we just had Thanksgiving last week. I hope everybody had safe travels and you had a good time with your family and loved ones. It's Monday now, back to work, back to the grindstone. I've got a lot of projects coming up this week. So join me for those videos. I will post videos on things I'm working on as I go along. So please do join me for those videos. And a reminder, my books are available on Amazon. The last book on sharpening, collecting knives on a budget. I think they're very reasonably priced. And I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. This is Dave. See you in the next one.